All right, so sitting in a position which is comfortable for you, we're going to just open up the neck to start off with. So I'd like you to use your eye gaze to turn over towards your left shoulder. Just turning your eye gaze softly over towards your left shoulder. And then come back. And then turn over to your right shoulder. All the time whilst you're doing this, I want you to drop the shoulders away from the ears. And bring it back. And again, dropping. And also, in comparison, I want you to think about lifting up through your spine to your crown of your head. So shoulders slide down or drop down or feel like they're coming down with gravity. Spine reaching up through to gravity, go up to the ceiling against gravity. And one more time to each side. And just notice where the niggles are. Notice what your neck is doing. Okay, so now I'm just going to turn to the side. You can stay where you are. Okay, I want you to sit in your normal profile, and then I want you to send your neck forwards. So like as if you're just jutting your head forwards, and then send it back. Imagine that you're pressing your head against the wall, and then send your head forwards. And send your head forwards. And send your head forwards. And send your head forwards and back. Ideally, keep your torso, your shoulders, your rib cage as stable and as still as you can, just moving the neck. 2 more. 1 more. And then just come into that place of stillness. I'm going to swivel back round. And we're going to do circles. So you're going to come forwards to the side, round. So I always feel it's quite chicken like this. As gently does it. You can see my shoulders are moving a little bit, but do it with the aim to keep it as stable as possible. 1 more circle this way and do the other way. So if your neck is hurting at all, then just reduce the motion. And then soften. And again, take some time just to notice where your skull and your neck and your shoulders are provisioned. And then just drop your head over to your ear. Place your hand onto the side of your head. Press the skull into the hand and just feel that length all the way down the neck. Hold for a few moments and then come back up. Over to the other side. Hand over to the head, opening up, dropping that shoulder down, pressing the side of the skull into your hand. And we're going to go over to the first side again. And then I just want you to slightly use your eye gaze just to turn your neck up and just the eye gaze down. Just giving a little bit of flossing to those muscles there. And just be gentle here. It's not about let me see how much I can stretch my neck. It's just about allowing those muscles, those ligaments, those tendons to just open up. And then switch over to the other side. Hand onto your side and just lengthen. Dropping, sliding that shoulder down, feeling like it's just sort of a river running away from your ear. And then look up and let the skull follow your eye gaze. Breathing in. Doesn't matter what kind of breath you take, just breathe, ideally through your nose. So you can close your eyes if you like, if that would be your preference. And then come back, place your hands down and just let the sort of everything just soften down. And then I want you just to turn over to one side again and the other, just spiraling your neck. And then let's look up and down, circling the eye gaze, the skull. And notice as well where those sticky bits are today. One more circle. And again. So this could be really helpful if you've been at your desk, if you've been at meetings for a long time, on Zoom meetings, if you've been peering at things which need, really like sort of focused attention, because we find that when we do that we are bringing our neck forwards, our head forward. So this kind of thing can really help open up the neck and soften all the muscles that have been tense because of that real focus. And then just come back to your position and just soften those shoulders. Okay, so now bring your legs into a cross of the knees if you haven't got them there already, and then let's take the right hand, place it onto the left knee, and then place the palm of the hand on the kneecap, and just encourage the rib cage to turn, using that palm to just encourage the spiraling of the spine a little bit. Eye gaze is on your diagonal. See, I've just looked over to that shoulder there, but you want your neck to stay on the same trajectory as your shoulders, but looking, so it's on your front diagonal. And then let's turn towards your right side, palm of the hand on the knee, and spiral the ribs, eye gaze again, looking on the diagonal. As you notice with me, I just suddenly went, oh yeah, look over my shoulder. That's a really natural thing to do, but that encourages the spiraling of the neck. And what I want to encourage right now is the spiraling of the thoracic spine, the spine behind the rib cage. And then to the first side again. And again, think about spiraling your spine up through the crown of the head. Drop the shoulders down away from the ears, or just soften them away from the ears. Okay. And then again, over to the other side. You can also place your hand behind you if it reaches the floor, just to give yourself more encouragement. And just think about widening your shoulders here as you spiral up. Right. And then interlace your hands, bring them behind your head. Press the head into the hands and the hands into the head. We're just going to look up towards the ceiling, allowing a lengthening of the front of the body. The eye gaze goes to where the wall and the ceiling meet. That's it. Just allow the head to drop back a little bit, lengthening up through the spine, widening your elbows, widening your collarbones, and then lengthening the back of the neck with the hands as you draw your eye gaze down the front of whatever's in front of you, and then dropping your eye gaze down towards the floor. You want to maintain a space in between your chin and your chest though. Opening up the back of the neck, lengthening up through the spine, widening and opening up the back of the shoulders. And again, eye gaze comes up the wall, opening and widening your elbows as you look up to where the wall and the ceiling meets, lengthening the front of the body from the pubic bone all the way to the collarbones. Make sure that your head is supported by your hands. I always like putting my thumbs down the side of my neck just to make sure I don't drop my head back further than required. And then eye gaze down the front wall, bringing your head down. Bring your elbows in ever so slightly to encourage that flexion. Good. And one more time. This again is something that you can do. You can do this in your office chair whether you're at home working or whether you're in your office working. And down we go. And staying here in this downward position, I want you to rotate around towards your left leg again. And then you're going to rotate towards your right leg again. And again, thinking about spiraling from the back of the rib cage, lifting up through the pelvis. So the spine is going against gravity. And everything is active even though you're in this gentle flexion movement. Two more. One on each side. And then come to the middle, pull up from the front of the spine, widening the elbows as you come up towards the extension pattern here, widening the elbows. And then we're just going to turn the rib cage one way, turn the rib cage the other. Again, just allowing that thoracic spine, the rib cage, top of the spine to rotate. And then bring your hands down, let your arms come down. And breathe. Okay. So now I want you to lie down on the mat, please. With the cushion underneath your head, you're going to be laying on your spine, bent knees. I'm going to have a slab of my coffee.